Hey everyone! So first of all, I know the lighting is absolutely terrible in here. And you guys are probably going to hear the AC in the background. But I'm at the place where me and Josh are now living. And I haven't really set up any new lighting or anything, so that's why it looks so terrible. But anyway, I wanted to do a video today talking about my eye condition. Because I'm legally blind, as I stated in one of my previous videos of changing this little one. Whoops, bumped her pacifier. And there's a lot of people with information that isn't correct, because in the comments there were a couple people that like helped to explain to people who had questions, and they explained correctly, but there was a lot of people who explained incorrectly and had misinformation about me and my eye condition somehow. So I thought I would do another video talking about my eye condition and how it affects me as a reborn mom. Okay, I think I managed to get a little bit more light in here, but I had to stop the video for a minute because we live right by where Josh works, and he does like car audio stuff, and they do really loud, like put really loud sound systems in cars, like tons of speakers and stuff. And then they just started testing music while I was in the middle of the video, and it's super loud. So anyway, continuing on. First of all, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my eye condition, what I can and can't see, and things like that. So my eye condition is called Achromatopsia, and I'll put that on the screen so you guys can know how to spell it, just in case you want to look it up on Google, or if you want to look it up on YouTube. There's actually a really great video here on YouTube that explains a lot about the eye condition, what causes it, and like what people who have the eye condition can see and can't see. So I will I will try to link that in the description down below. First of all, this eye condition is very rare. It's hardly known at all. When people hear about it, they have no idea what it is, because only 1 in 33,000 people are born with this eye condition. It's something that you have from birth, and there is absolutely no cure for it. There's nothing to improve your vision. The only thing you can do is get glasses, but there is no cure. They have not found a surgery or anything like that. When I was born, they actually thought that I had a brain tumor because my eyes were constantly moving. One part of the eye condition is called nystagmus, and it just pretty much means that your eyes are constantly moving involuntarily back and forth. And so when I was born, they saw that and they thought I had a brain tumor. Luckily I did not, but I was not diagnosed with my eye condition until I was 6 years old. So for the longest time, from the time I was born until I was 6, they thought for sure that I was going to go blind. I was taught Braille. I was blindfolded at school, and they would like make me walk around the school blindfolded and stuff like that, because they were trying to get me used to a life without vision at all. But when I was diagnosed, they found out it was Achromatopsia, and with Achromatopsia, it normally doesn't get worse. It's a pretty stable eye condition. So I'll go into what causes Achromatopsia. So with Achromatopsia, you don't have cone cells in your eyes, which I'll explain really briefly about this. And if you guys go and watch that other video that I told you about, linked down below, then that explains it a lot better. But basically, in your retina in your eye, you have two different kinds of cells. You have rods and you have cones. Your rods see in the dark, and your cones see in bright lighting situations, and your cones also see your color vision. For a person with Achromatopsia, most or all of their cone cells are either misshapen, so they don't work, or they are non-existent. They don't have any at all. So that makes it very hard to see in bright light. Like For me, I'm almost completely blind in bright light. Like if I walk out in the sunshine, I can't see anything at all, and I actually have a cane that I use then. But if I'm in dimmer lighting, then I am okay. Like usually I can see okay in dimmer lighting. And also I am completely colorblind. Now, I know that a lot of people in the last video when I talked a little bit about being legally blind, then they just thought, as they stated in the comments, that being legally blind, I was just talking about just being completely colorblind. Which I'm not, because like I just said, I'm completely blind in sunlight pretty much. So I have zero color vision. I see the whole world in grays and black and white. For most people, when they say they're colorblind, they mean that they're colorblind to one or two different colors. Normal color blindness is like, let's just say the person can't see like green, and they'll mix up blue and green all the time in similar colors. But it's just because they can't see one or two different colors. For my eye condition, which I believe mine is the only eye condition where you are completely, totally colorblind and do not see color at all. Yeah, actually when I was in preschool, they had me in preschool for 2 years, and they had me in special class because they thought I had a learning disability because I could not learn my colors. Because like I said, I wasn't diagnosed until I was 6. So, let's see, I'm trying to think of what else there is. I have like hardly any depth perception, which means I have a hard time telling if things are far away or close to me. For instance, sometimes I will miss steps, like because I can't see depth very well. So especially when I'm going down steps, I can't tell that there are steps there, and sometimes I'll trip and stuff. Another thing that I do sometimes is like, it's just an example because there are many instances, but I will like go to set a cup of water or milk or something on the table, and I will I'll think the table's right there, and I'll let the cup go, and it's actually like a couple inches away, and I would completely drop the cup. I'm trying to think of anything else to add. That's pretty much it. In bright light, I tend to get very bad headaches because my eyes can't handle it, and I'm constantly squinting because I can't see in the light. I take Advil a lot, especially when I've like been out all day in the sun or something and not been able to see. Then I end up having to take Advil because I have really bad headaches from that. I think that's pretty much it about the eye condition. If you guys do have any questions that can't be answered by that other video, then you can just leave them in the comments down below, and I'll try my best to answer them. So as far as how it affects me as a reborn mom. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. I'm also very nearsighted. Like, super nearsighted, and I can't read small print or anything like that. Anyway, continuing on because, anyway, so when I go out with my cane, people will just stare at me, and they won't move out of my way if, like, I'm trying to go through a crowd or move past somebody. They just stare at me, and they just stand there. But when I take a stroller out, people move right away. You don't even have to ask them, you don't even have to look at them, or nothing, they just move. So, a lot of times, I'll take a stroller out to the store just for that purpose, because people don't stare at me, they don't treat me funny, they kindly move before I even have to ask them to. My camera says it's about to die, so I've got to speed this up. But the only other thing I can think of is that I can't match my baby's clothes because I can't tell colors on clothes, so I have to have Josh help me a lot of times with that. And like when we do like theme Thursday, which is like different colors and stuff, sometimes I can't really do those because I can't tell the colors. But anyway, one thing that people have noticed me doing is like I'll describe an outfit and that I have like on camera. Like I'll say, oh well, this is like a minty kind of green. And then people are like, well, if you're colorblind, how do you know that? The only reason I know that is because I ask and I memorize, I try to memorize and the color of all of my baby clothes and my clothes as well. Anyway, so I gotta stop this video now because my camera's about to die. But I hope that this answered your guys' questions, and like I said, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below and I will try to answer them as best I can. Thanks for watching, everyone.